Today, March 25th, is Tolkien Reading Day. There are two reasons. The first to do with the world of his fictions, the second with the world as he saw it, the world of his faith or system of belief. In the fictions, March 25th is the day when the Fellowship finally completes its task and destroys the One Ring, a concrete embodiment of abstract evil, not incidentally as a ring or a circle, a negative symbol of living endlessly in place, the wrong place, with no right forward or outward motion. For Tolkien was a devoted Roman Catholic, and he believed that this life is a kind of earthly afterlife out of which one will die into a different kind of life that is truer and everlasting. Thus a combination that is characteristic of Tolkien's art, in which every story is a long struggle. There can be no story, Tolkien said, without a fall, and yet every story too, at least every fairy story, offers glimpses of victory to come. And thus the second reason for the date, March 25th, is the date of the Annunciation, the announcement of the miracle of incarnation, obviously a positive embodiment, and so for Tolkien, the chief example of how history, although dark, nonetheless offers glimpses of the light. In this way, Tolkien sought to achieve in his own fictions an effect that he admired in earlier literature, especially ancient authors, among them the Roman epic poet Virgil. Now, I am not a person of faith, but I am a professor of literature, and I believe that Tolkien succeeded in telling stories that capture his beloved feeling of there being flashes of light in the dark. And so in that spirit, for Tolkien Reading Day, here are two passages which I feel offer such flashes of light. The first from The Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring. The second from Virgil's epic poem, the Aeneid. May these be a light to you in dark places when all other lights go out. Ah, like gold fall the leaves in the wind, long years numberless as the wings of trees. The years have passed like swift draughts of the sweet mead in lofty halls beyond the west, beneath the blue vaults of Varda, wherein the stars tremble in the song of her voice, holy and queenly. Who now shall refill the cup for me? For now the kindler, Varda, the queen of the stars, from Mount Everwhite, has uplifted her hands like clouds, and all paths are drowned deep in shadow, and out of a grey country darkness lies on the foaming waves between us, and mist covers the jewels of Kalakirya forever. Now lost to those from the east is Valimar. Farewell, maybe thou shalt find Valimar. Maybe even thou shalt find it. Farewell. Varda is the name of that lady whom the elves in these lands of exile name Elbereth. Suddenly the river swept round a bend, and the banks rose upon either side, and the light of Lorien was hidden. To that fair land Frodo never came again. The travelers now turned their faces to the journey. The sun was before them, and their eyes were dazzled, for all were filled with tears. Gimli wept openly. I have looked the last upon that which was fairest, he said to Legolas, his companion. Henceforward I will call nothing fair unless it be her gift. He put his hand to his breast. Tell me, Legolas, why did I come on this quest? Little did I know where the chief peril lay. Truly Elrond spoke, saying that we could not foresee what we might meet upon our road. Torment in the dark was the danger that I feared, and it did not hold me back. But I would not have come, had I known the danger of light and joy. Now I have taken my worst wound in this parting, even if I were to go this night straight to the Dark Lord. Alas for Gimli, son of Glóin. Nay, said Legolas, alas for us all. and for all that walk the world in these after days. For such is the way of it, to find and lose, as it seems to those whose boat is on the running stream. But I count you blessed, Gimli son of Glóin. For your loss you suffer of your own free will, and you might have chosen otherwise. But you have not forsaken your companions, and the least reward that you shall have is that memory of Lothlorien shall remain ever clear and unstained in your heart, and shall neither fade nor grow stale. Maybe, said Gimli, and I thank you for your words, true words doubtless. Yet all such comfort is cold. Memory is not what the heart desires. That is only a mirror, be it clear as Keled Zaram, or so says the heart of Gimli the dwarf. Elves may see things otherwise. Indeed, I have heard that for them memory is more like to the waking world than to a dream. Not so for dwarves. But let us talk no more of it. Look to the boat. She is too low in the water with all this baggage, and the great river is swift. I do not wish to drown my grief in cold water. He took up a paddle and steered towards the western bank, following Aragorn's boat ahead, which had already moved out of the middle stream. And now from Virgil's epic poem, the Aeneid, at the beginning of Book 8. Aeneas, hero in the line of Laomedon, saw it all, and was tossed on a great sea of troubles. His mind darted this way and that, turning and shifting, like when sunlight, or the radiant moon, reflected from water trembling in a copper bowl, will glance and flit all over a room, and then flash suddenly onto the hammered ceiling high above. It was night, and all over earth deep slumber held weary creatures of the air and field. Father Aeneas, heart troubled by war, lay down on the river bank under a cold sky, and drifted off at last to sleep. He dreamed that Tiberinus, the old river god himself, lifted his head amid the poplar leaves, draped in a fine grey linen mantle, his hair crowned with shady reeds, and spoke to him, calming his fears. Once the river had spoken, and plunged himself into a deep pool, seeking the depths. Night and sleep left Aeneas. He rose, and, looking at the rising sun, lifted water from the river with cupped palms, in ritual fashion, and prayed aloud to the skies. And the same passage in Virgil's Latin. Quae Laomedontius heros, cuncta videns, magno curarum fluctuat aestu, at quanimum nunc huc celerem nunc dividit illuc, in partisque rapit varias per quomnia versat, sicut aquae tremulum, labris ubi lumen aenis sole repercussaut radiantis imagine lunae omnia per volitat late loca, iamque sub auras erigitur summique ferit laque aria tecti. Nox erat, et terras animalia fessa per omnis alituum pecudumque genus sopor altus habebat, cum pater in ripa gelidique sub aeteris axe aeneas tristi turbatus pectora bello procubuit seramque dedit per membra quietem. Quic Deus ipse loci, fluvio Tiberinus amoino, populeas inter senior sat tolere frondes visus, e tenuis glauco ve labat amictu carbasus, et crinis umbrosa tegebat harundo, tum sic ad far, et curas his demere dictis. Dixit, dende lacu fluvius se condidit alto ima petens, nox aenean somnusque reliquit, surgit et aeterii spectans orientia solis lumina rite cavis undam de flumine palmis sustinet, ac talis effundit ad aetera voces.